One of the most common questions I'm asked is, how long will it take to get my first deal? And really, it's an impossible question to answer. I have no idea how long it's gonna take you to get your first deal. What I do know is that it took me over a year of learning and searching before I ever bought my first home. And I wanna share my mistakes with you so that it doesn't take you as long as it took me. I want to put you on the right path so that you can get your first deal as fast as humanly possible. Also, if you're new to the channel, my name's Justin Yaron. I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur here in Las Vegas. I've made hundreds of videos teaching people about real estate, money, and self-development. And I'm also a student in the Future Flipper coaching program where I'm focused on building my house flipping business. Here's what I did wrong. I made 3 main mistakes, and the first mistake was this. Number 1, I was way too conservative with my number crunching. And I'm not here to tell you that being conservative is a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. But there's a point where if you're too conservative, you will never pull the trigger and actually buy your first deal. Let me tell you a story about how I lost a deal on the MLS because I was being way too conservative. When I was first making consistent offers on the MLS, I was searching for a home run deal. And I'm not saying that home run deals are not out there, because they definitely are, but if it's your first deal and you're searching for a home run deal, I think you're making a massive, massive mistake. Real estate investing is a long game, and you have to invest for the long term. And over time, you're gonna get a lot of decent deals, but eventually you're gonna run into these home run deals, the massive deals, the huge profits. So like I was saying, when I was first searching on the MLS for homes to buy, I was consistently making offers, but my offers were so low that it really never worked out. I wanted to make a home run deal on my first deal, and that prevented me from buying a lot of really good deals. They were great deals that I passed up on, but I shouldn't have, because I was just being too conservative with my numbers. And as I was following up with all these listing agents to see if the sellers wanted to accept my offer, most of them did not want to accept my offer. That's perfectly fine. But there were a couple where they had accepted offers for price points that I knew I was comfortable buying. So for example, if a home was listed at $150,000 and I knew I was willing to pay, let's say, $110,000, but I offered $80,000. And then some other buyer comes in and they offer the $110,000 and they get the deal. So I was super upset at myself when I did not get these deals, because they were price points that I knew I would be comfortable paying, and it was still a great deal. But I didn't get the deal because I was trying to be so conservative, and I was trying to get a home run deal on every single deal. So the lesson that I want you to take from that is that you don't necessarily have to get home run deals. You just have to get good deals. And honestly, your first deal isn't even about the profit. It's about what you learn from it. Even if you only make $1,000 on your first flip, huge success. If you break even, huge success. Even if you lose a little bit of money, that's a success because you've learned from the deal. Anyone who's had success as a business owner or anyone in real estate knows that you have to fail first if you want to continue to succeed. And so I made this mistake of being overly conservative when analyzing my deals so that I would never get any deals until I did one thing. I got coaching. My coaches at Future Flipper essentially taught me how to properly analyze deals so that I was offering exactly where I needed to offer at, and I wasn't being so conservative that I was losing out on deals. So shout out to the coaches at Future Flipper. Thank you for helping me get out of my own head. The second mistake I made is that I did not offer on every home I came across. When I was just starting out, for some reason, I don't really know why, but I offered only on certain properties. I didn't offer on everything I saw under my criteria, which I should have, because in reality, every single property has a number that it's worth buying at. And I don't even care if that number is negative. Someone might have to pay me to buy a property, but every property has a number that is okay to be purchased at for your standards as an investor. And whatever that number is, you can offer that. But when I was just starting out, analyzing deals and making offers on the MLS, for some odd reason, I didn't offer on every single property I came across, and I should have. What I was doing was I was only offering on certain properties, and I think it was really fear. I was fearful of making super lowball offers, and so sometimes I just didn't even make the offer. That was something that I had to mentally overcome and know that I could offer way below asking price without having to feel bad about offending the seller. But now, I won't even blink an eye to offer $100,000 below asking price to a seller, and I won't feel bad at all, because I know it's a numbers game now. I have to make more offers in order to get more deals. It's a volume game. And so that was my second mistake, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So any home that you come across that fits your general criteria, make an offer on it. crunch the numbers, figure out what number works for you, for your criteria, and then offer the number or offer less than that number. The third mistake I made was not taking enough action. I literally spent a year of my life listening to podcasts, looking online, researching about real estate investing without any action for the most part. Maybe little tiny bits of action, but for the most part, there's like no big action during that year of learning. And looking back now, I feel like I wasted a year of my life doing that because I was not taking action as I was learning these things. When I was just starting out as a real estate investor, I would listen to podcasts every single day, multiple times a day. You know, any free moment I had, whether it was in the gym working out, whether I was in class because I started when I was in college as a student, whether I was working one of my part-time jobs, the podcast was in my ears. I was listening to podcasts. And I only did so because I was obsessed with the topic of real estate investing. I wanted to do it so badly, and I didn't really know how. I didn't have people around me, or at least I didn't think I did, who knew about real estate investing, who I could come to and ask for help. So these people on the podcast telling their stories about how real estate investing was so amazing, they seem like ordinary people, but they're doing extraordinary things. And really the only reason I listened to that podcast because I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to feel like real estate investing was normal. Because to me, with my family, my friends, my general community, no one was a real estate investor. And so I felt so out of place. I didn't have a community to go to. And for me, there's a quote that I love. And that quote is, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And for me, my community, those 5 people, those had to become the podcast guests that I listened to every single day because I wanted to grow myself. I wanted to become a real estate investor, but the people around me, they did not help me achieve that because they weren't like that. And I wanted to be like the people on the podcast. But finally, after learning for about a year from podcasts and the internet, I finally started to take more action. That's when I first reached out to a real estate agent, and he walked me through the entire home buying process so that I was at least familiar with it. And then he started sending me deals, and then I analyzed those deals, and then I started making offers consistently. And it wasn't until about 6 months of consistent offers on the MLS before I got my very first deal. So the reason why I wanted to tell you this story is because it shows you that it literally took me a year and a half to get my very first real estate deal. When in reality, it could have been so much shorter if I had just taken action sooner. Learning is extremely important. I think you should constantly be educating yourself. But as you educate yourself, be sure to take action and do the right things and take the right steps necessary to achieve your goals. Also, if you want to grow your real estate business, whether you're brand new or if you already have deals under your belt, go to futureflipper.com for a free consultation. I'll see you at the next one.